right now, what we know about the fire that killed 6 in Necedah over the weekend. Plus, Hurricane Beryl becoming more dangerous by the minute. What it's clocking in as this morning.
Are tracking an alert day in your forecast. Potentially some strong to even severe thunderstorms, mainly southwest of the area, but we're monitoring flooding potential.
Good Tuesday morning, everybody. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Leah Lynchide. You're waking up to a bit of a stormy morning. Maybe you heard that rain on your roof this morning. We certainly did here at News 3 Now. Your meteorologist, Savannah Brito, has your certified most accurate forecast. All the details on this alert day this morning. Good morning, Savannah.
Good morning, Leah. Thank you. We do have an alert day in the forecast. Heavy rain, maybe an isolated stronger storm. That would come later in the day. But your alert day, because of the heavy rain and the potential for flooding that we could see pretty much all across southern Wisconsin, definitely going to be seeing all those heavier showers through Tuesday night. This is what we're waking up to this morning. Heavy rain across Dane County, some lightning even showing up on radar. So we don't have any necessarily strong storms right now, but with that second round that comes later in the day, that definitely going to be possible. One heavy shower moving over Madison and then kind of near Sun Prairie, between Sun Prairie and Cottage Grove. Here's the severe weather outlook for today. The Storm Prediction Center shift this a little bit further west and back. Madison and then southwestward have the better chances of seeing an isolated stronger storm, but not widespread weather. We'll continue to track that, also time out the potential for those evening showers and storms coming up a little later. Leah?
Okay. Savannah, we appreciate you. Thank you very much. To our top story this morning, an investigation is ongoing after a tragedy over the weekend in Juno County. 6 people, including 3 children, were killed in a house fire in rural Necedah. Our Maddie Heimsch has the details.
Neighbor Ken Zielinski says his wife was awoken around 2:30 by what she described as banging noises. Moments later, he recalls several fire crews arrived at the scene.
The woods behind you were all just orange, and the sky was orange. It was already totally engulfed pretty quickly.
Fire crews were actively combating the flame for 3 hours. They remained on scene for 12. First responders and neighbors report about a dozen family members in the driveway having escaped the home safely.
We had to stay out of the way of everything that was going on there. But it's pretty tight-knit around here.
Neighbors say the home is regularly rented out as an Airbnb. They say the family members affected were short-term renters.
We heard the kids playing during the day, the day before. So that's a hard part, the kids.
Necedah community members organized meal delivery for the family on social media. The Salvation Army is also on scene providing assistance.
It's a pretty close neighborhood.
The Juno County Sheriff's Office says the cause of the fire does not appear to be suspicious, but the investigation is ongoing.
Our Maddie Heimsch reporting. The fire is believed to have started on accident. A GoFundMe page has been created to help the family of the victims. We've attached a link to it over on channel3000.com. Well, quite a bit of damage this morning after another fire about 85 miles southeast of Madison. Look at this. This is all that remains of a barn after a fire yesterday in Woodstock, Illinois. Firefighters say the closest fire hydrant was more than 2 miles away. Several water tenders were needed to bring water to the scene to fight the fire. Fortunately, no reports of injuries here. Damages are estimated at more than $1 million. The cause is still under investigation. New this morning, entries are now being accepted for the Dairy Cattle Show at the World Dairy Expo this fall in Madison. If you have cattle you'd like to show, you can consider signing up. Entries can be submitted between now and September 15th. Entry sent in after September 2nd will cost you a little extra. The Dairy Cattle Show runs September 29th through October 4th at the Alliant Energy Center. To submit an entry, just look for this story over on channel3000.com.
Good morning. Yeah, we are kind of keeping an eye on how entries come in. Remember, Wisconsin's got new testing requirements because of high-path avian influenza that we're trying to keep out of Wisconsin's dairy industry, and that's tamped some of the excitement about bringing milking cows to county fairs, to some of our shows. The National Brown Swiss Show is going to be up in Green Bay this weekend, actually over the 4th. So there are some of those outside requirements that we might see a little bit of an influence on those entries, but we'll see. It's a long time down the road, as they say. Well, it can't get farther down the road, according to our friends down at McFarland Pheasant. You know, when that F2 tornado came through down in Janesville, a little bit better than a week ago. A week ago Saturday, It had a bullseye, it seemed, on McFarland Pheasant Farm. Now, remember, McFarland Pheasant Farm has been in that family for 95 years. It is the largest pheasant and partridge producer in North America. So there's a lot of people relying on Bill McFarland and his crew for the birds that they need coming up this fall for hunting season. I talked to Bill McFarland yesterday, and he said, man, it was something. He got the call. He ended up at the farm. He said 20 of his hardworking staff were already there, ready to spring into action. Obviously, a lot of the birds escaped. He said he still sees the birds. They've got plenty to eat. They're in great shape. All kinds of bugs, all kinds of water and grass. So it's going to be difficult to get any of those escaped birds back. They did retain some of the birds and are now really moving them around. He told me as of yesterday, he believed that they would have somewhere in the neighborhood of 90,000 birds that they moved from some of the compromised facilities into newer or safer facilities for the birds. One of the big things was their water and feed lines got broken in the series of events as well. I said to Bill, a lot of people are going to say, are you going to try to get those birds back? He said, well, sometimes the birds, when weather gets a little different and they know where feed is, they will come back. But because of his concern that they might have been exposed to wild birds and avian influenza, any birds that he does recoup, and he has recovered a couple thousand, he takes to another quarantine barn because he can't bring them into where all the birds that he's going to be selling are located. So they're beginning to put things back together. Bill told me, Leah, that he is committed to rebuilding the facilities. Everything is going to be coming back online. He's got dedicated employees that are staking claim in the business. That's really good to know because, like I said, after 95 years, last time I visited with Bill down at the farm, he was talking about transitioning the business, but now it's game on. They're fully insured, going to do everything they can to get back up to full strength within a short period of time. Very well strategized as far as the business planning down there, and he credits all to his employees who were there immediately on the scene after that tornado. And if you see a bunch of pheasant running around, yeah, those are Bill's, but he's not probably going to get them back.
Oh, boy, that damage is devastating to see. But, hey, no surprise, determination there, huh, Pam?
Yeah, I'm really happy to hear that he is going to be rebuilding. I didn't know how he would approach that big a project, but good for them.
All right. Pam Yankee bringing us the headlines. We appreciate you. Thank you very much. 6:07 now. Governor Evers says the state will invest $5.8 million into the Wisconsin transportation system. Starting July 8th, US 51 will be under construction for resurfacing. This is going to happen between Poynette's Tomlinson Road and Ontario Road. This is all in Portage. Improvements include replacement guardrails, pavement markings, curb ramps, pavement overlays, that kind of thing. US 51 will stay open aside from some detours during this work. New information this morning about an assault out of Fort Atkinson. Officers say they responded to the bar Soups in that town around 7:30 Saturday night. The call reported a man dragging a woman into a black car, possibly a Pontiac Firebird. The vehicle sped off on Highway 12. Witnesses heard screaming and said by the end the female wasn't moving, was possibly unconscious. Officials ask if you have any information on the case. Contact the number on your screen. That's 920-397-9905. It's 6:08 on your Tuesday. Meteorologist Savannah Brito continues to watch conditions for today's alert day. What's the latest, Savannah?
Yeah, Leah, thank you. We do have some pretty heavy rain moving in on radar. Still not necessarily seeing lightning returns on radar right now, but we could see flooding. We'll time out the storms also later today coming up.
Also ahead, an increase in COVID cases. We'll tell you what the CDC has to say.
You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Brought to you by Toyota.
Dear unbreakable spirit, when the terrain is gnarly, you steady us. When obstacles are ahead, you lift us. When the turf is hostile, you inspire us. Own a legend. Toyota Trucks.
Right now, you can lease a tough new 2024 Tacoma for $319 a month. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
What's up? You need some windows?
Howdy. Oh, you need windows. Yes, you do.
Hey, folks, you call the experts? Increase your curb appeal and save big this summer with free installation on windows, siding, doors, and roofing. Plus, no interest for 5 years. And we'll get it done Feldco fast. Free installation ends soon. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco. To everyone making time for life's best moments, let us celebrate with you.
In Wisconsin, we love celebrating together.
Big days or any other day.
So much.
From hot and juicy to ooey gooey
To oh my word.
Oh my word. Serving you a handcrafted meal that makes
Today a little bit more special.
That's what fills us up inside.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Yeah.
We're a family-owned farm. With all the deliveries we make to stores and restaurants, when gas prices go up, we get hit pretty hard. We all know these big oil companies make huge profits off us. And I just think, how many guys like me do they have to screw over to make money? When I heard about President Biden's plan to crack down on big oil companies, I thought, okay, thank God. Because it's about damn time big oil companies started paying their fair share.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes. And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles.
Try it this July 4th for only $14.95, plus free shipping. Visit plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Certain this is gonna work?
Nothing to it.
For imprint certain?
Certainty matters. 4imprint is your home for promo gear to wow clients and inspire your team. Check out 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
Celebrate Independence Day with the Madison Nightmares. Head out to Warner Park on July 4th for exciting softball action and a spectacular fireworks display after the game. Get your tickets today. News 3 Now is a proud sponsor of Madison Nightmares Softball. You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
Welcome back. Cases of COVID are on the rise across the country right now. Although individual cases are no longer being counted, the CDC says that infections are growing in 43 states. That does include Wisconsin. Despite that, the Wisconsin Department of Health Services says overall respiratory illnesses are low.
Virtually all of us have had some experience with COVID in the past, whether through infection or vaccination or both. So what we call our population immunity is much better, so there are fewer severe diseases.
Updated COVID vaccines will be available from Moderna, Novavax, and Pfizer later this year. The CDC recommends everyone 6 months and older should get one. The agency says last year more than 75,000 Americans died from COVID. More than 900,000 were hospitalized. 6:12 now. Hurricane Beryl is ripping through the Caribbean this morning. We reported it yesterday as a Category 3 hurricane. Well, the violently strong winds have now moved it up to a dangerous Category 5. It's the earliest storm of that strength on record in the Atlantic. Amy Kiley reports on its path and its power.
It almost seems peaceful here in the eye of Hurricane Beryl. But this is a deadly, history-making monster that's been growing in power.
It is total devastation. Total devastation.
Beryl is now the earliest Atlantic Cat 5 ever recorded. More broadly, it's the earliest major hurricane there in 58 years, and it's the easternmost to form in the tropical Atlantic in June. The National Hurricane Center says it's been getting stronger, hitting St. Vincent, Barbados, and other places as a Cat 4, before strengthening to a Category 5 last night.
This is madness. I have never seen this in my 46 years of life.
For now, the eye of Hurricane Beryl is in fairly open waters of the Caribbean Sea. It's expected to impact Haiti and the Dominican Republic beginning today. It could eventually hit Mexico, but the weather in Cancun is still beautiful for now. That community is getting some schools ready to use as shelters, since it's clear what Hurricane Beryl can do.
There's nothing more we can do but stand and watch total destruction. Our livelihood going down the drain.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
As of 3 this morning, the eye of the storm was in fairly open waters of the Caribbean. We're thinking of all those folks down there in the eye of the storm. Savannah Brito's been tracking the storm, when it's going to hit next. Savannah, what are you seeing?
Yeah, Leah, it's still moving over those open waters. You can see still a Category 5 hurricane. Wind speeds estimated up to 165 miles per hour. You can really see it on the satellite radar. It's moving at west-northwest, that direction, 22 miles per hour. So it will continue to move across the ocean waters, fairly open ocean waters, and then probably again make landfall over the islands and the Yucatan Peninsula as a Category 1, 2, or 3 storm. You can see that weakening a little bit and then becoming a tropical storm, or even still a Category 1 strength over the Gulf of Mexico near the Yucatan and then off the coast of Mexico as well. This is Thursday at 1 a.m., Friday at midnight, and then Sunday at 12 o'clock a.m. And that is moving over very warm ocean waters. That red color is all the very warm ocean waters across the area. But locally, we're still going to see pretty heavy rain. Could lead to some flooding. Isolated stronger storms cannot be completely ruled out. That would come later in the day. Pretty much all across southern Wisconsin through Tuesday night. So still tracking fairly heavy and widespread showers. Madison and then especially west and north of the area up near the Dells too. Some lightning still showing up on radar as well. The Storm Prediction Center did shift this a little bit further west and south. Madison and then all the way near Prairie du Chien, Dubuque, Platteville, a level 1 out of 5. Not tracking or anticipating widespread severe storms, but a couple stronger ones cannot be completely ruled out. For the 4th of July, I think the better chance west. This is 3 days out. It will likely change, but expecting those storms to weaken a little bit. Today, we could see rain 2 to 3 inches. So flooding is the big thing. With the storms that come later, could be dealing with some gusty winds. So several rounds of heavy showers, pretty scattered to widespread, at least through the morning. By the afternoon, a little bit of break before the line of storms and showers we'll have to keep a close eye on, because these could produce some stronger storms. That moves in at about 4, 5 p.m. west of Madison, and then we're pushing about 7:38 for Madison. I think this could linger a little bit later into the early nighttime hours at least. We're then drying up, sunshine going to return to your forecast. That'll be the case by Wednesday, but your alert day because of the flooding potential for today, 75 with all that heavy rain, 84 then tomorrow. We're back to slightly above normal, some sunshine, dry, before more chances of showers and storms moves in afternoon and evening for your 4th of July. Hopefully holding off until the night. That is possible, and that's when the best chance overall looks to be. 82 on the 4th of July, and then staying cooler for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
The first half of the Northwoods League is nearly in the books. 2 games left and a big opportunity for the Mallards. Beat the Woodchucks Monday and Tuesday, and they win the Great Lakes West Division and in the process clinch a spot in the playoffs. But first things first, you have to take care of Monday, right? Well, Cal Fisher back with the Mallards, and he'd like this. Shy Robinson, the leadoff man for Madison, and he joins the Big Bird Bomb squad. Robinson's solo shot to right put the Mallards up 1-0. But that's all the offense they'd get. Mallards fall 2-1 in 10 innings. Brewers opening up a 4-game series with the Rockies, tied at 3 in the 5th, and Wild Bill changes that with one big swing. William Contreras sends a solo shot to right to give the Crew their first lead of the game, but it wouldn't last. Brewers fall in extras, 8-7, the final in 10. Well, the count of the Badgers heading to the Olympics is up over 10. One of those athletes competing on the world stage in Paris is Phoebe Bacon. The Wisconsin swimmer secured her spot thanks to a second-place finish in the 200 backstroke. And even though it's been a little over a week since it's happened, it's still hard for her to put into words what qualifying for the games a second time means.
Making it two times just makes it that much more crazy. Team USA and the USA is fast at swimming. We are good, and it still hasn't fully set in with me what making the Olympics 2 times kind of really means.
And we'll have more on Phoebe's trip to Paris coming up later tonight. And that's it for Morning Sports. Have a great day.
Thank you very much, Zach. Coming up in our next half hour, the future of the cases against former President Trump after a major Supreme Court ruling. Stay with us.
Wisconsin Broadcasters. Local, trusted, connected.
Wow, Wayne, that is a beautiful window.
It sure is, Jeff. It really tackles energy efficiency.
Sure has a nice slide.
It's one of the best screenplays I've ever seen.
They're so easy to close. I'd say it's a grand slam.
If you guys keep making those dad jokes, you're going to be a real pain in my neck.
Oh, that's a good one. Did you hear about this one, Five?
Get as low as $18 per window and $81 per patio door per month. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Experience independence with Baraboo Furniture and Mattresses' huge store-wide 4th of July sale. Save up to 60% on many items. Over $1 million of quality name brands on sale, including Smith Brothers, Flex Steel, Best, England, Spring Air, Amish Furniture, and much more. All on sale. Get special free financing. All credit welcome. Hurry in today to the huge store-wide 4th of July sale at Baraboo Furniture and Mattress, where your satisfaction is our guarantee.
Chevy lets you begin every day fully charged, so you can go farther. And so can your money. Tow with confidence. Plus, stay connected with available OnStar technology. For summer adventures, Chevy's got you. Get $5,750 total value on this Silverado LT when you trade in an eligible vehicle. That's 10% below MSRP. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
It's Red, White, and Bargains during Hy-Vee's 4-day sale this Monday through Thursday. 6-pack bottles of Pepsi products, just $2.99 each when you buy 4. Whole seedless watermelon, just $3.98 each. Fresh ground chuck, just $3.98 a pound. Ritz crackers or Chips Ahoy cookies, just $1.99. Our special recipe brats or patties, 10 for just $10. And Lay's kettle cooked rolled gold or munchies, just $1.99 each when you buy 4. Monday through Thursday, only at Hy-Vee.
Are you ready to make junk disappear?
I am so looking forward to this.
We make junk disappear. All you have to do is point. Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK
or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
We'll be there before you hang up the phone.
With Sweeto Metal Roofing, you get quality metal roofs installed by the best in the business. A metal roof means no fading, no storm repairs, true sustainability, and lower energy bills.
Sweeto Metal Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
Hi, I'm Peter Gottlieb with the League of Women Voters of Dane County. In the August 13th primary election, voters will pick their preferred Democratic or Republican candidates for the United States Congress and the Wisconsin State Legislature. The winners will be on the ballot in the November 5th general election, which will include votes for president and state and federal offices. Learn more at vote411.org.
3 things to know, part of News 3 Now's 3 Cares Community Impact.
Welcome back. Let's take a peek at your morning. Gorgeous photo by Linda. Looks like cotton candy to me, Savannah.
I think this is like one of my favorite pictures. I just love when the clouds and the sunset and all the colors reflect off the lake. It's like a mural or mirror and just beautiful. It looks like a painting.
We have to call out our frequent flyers. Yes. Linda, Gwen, Kevin Charles Grunberg. If you would like to become a frequent flyer, send us your pictures more often, folks. Look at this stunner. Let's get yours on the air. Use the hashtag MyNews3Morning when you post.
Absolutely beautiful.
Okay, let's get to our trending story of the day today. We are talking about a new snack, and I would love to get your perspective on this if you like this. Okay, so it is from the Cup of Noodles company. Take a peek at this. They have a new flavored instant ramen.
Oh,
You've had ramen before, right?
Not a huge fan.
It's more like a dessert. We don't have the video, but let's still do this story because it's sort of interesting. So the flavor is s'mores.
With noodles, though?
Yeah, with ramen. I'm not so sure about it, but it has a flavor blend of chocolate.
That's what Michelle Renee said, and I was like, did I hear that right? S'mores?
Yeah, in ramen. Chocolate, marshmallows, graham crackers, and it comes with little mini marshmallows for the topping.
If anyone knows me, they know I'm a huge dessert person, but this does not sound good.
Let's just go straight to the s'mores, like an actual physical,
ice cream
traditional
or a s'more,
guy.
Yeah, bonfires, cook the s'more. We did that at Girl Scout camp once where you actually put like cookies and then the marshmallow in between. That was good.
You're
I don't know
a Girl
about
Scout,
the
huh?
ramen. Yeah, I think I did it for like 4 years.
I'm gonna get you out camping with me and my family.
I love camping. I camped in Sedona, Arizona when I was there. It was 30 degrees outside.
Okay.
I was nervous that snakes were gonna come into our tent, but they
We
didn't.
are so used to all the boys on this show, and they all hate camping. None of them will
Really?
go camping with me. So
I
the
love
two
camping.
girls,
We're going camping.
We're going camping.
Absolutely.
That's right. Okay, we have another story here. A new study shows why having more female managers in the workplace is good for business.
Leah.
Yeah, that's right.
This is you.
I'm very proud of this. I think we should have more women in leadership
Absolutely.
positions.
Yes.
And apparently, researchers at the Harvard Business School agree. They found female managers are better at building rapport with teams made up of men and women, which leads to better communication and better organization, and in turn, better productivity. The study found employees seemed happier and were less reluctant to leave their jobs because women, apparently, are better than men at looking out for their workers' interests.
I can see that.
I
We had an
totally agree
assistant
with
news
this.
director. She was actually my co-anchor on the morning show when I was in Indiana, and then she got promoted to assistant news director, and definitely just there was more say in everything.
That's exactly
Open
what happened to me.
perspective. Yep.
And I'm very proud of it. I think we need more women in leadership positions across all
Absolutely.
industries. I am surrounded by a lot of men who are very supportive of me, but it's nice to see that our company is prioritizing putting women in leadership
Absolutely.
positions.
We love having you here, Leah. I'm
Thanks,
so
Savannah.
glad I get to work with you.
I know, it's been
Yesterday and
fun.
today, I know.
This is fun.
Yeah, it is.
I'm just filling in. I am done now. Today
You're coming
was
back?
the last day. I
You're
would
coming
love
back,
to,
right?
but I am not. Today is the last day you'll see me on morning airwaves. But you're lucky because you have a really talented group of folks on this shift.
Yes, it's absolutely, the last 2 months have been great. And we're turning our attention to the alert day that we have in the forecast today. We're both wearing red, not for the 4th of July, but because of the alert day,
The alert
right?
day, exactly.
We have to worry about flooding later today. Heavy rain moving through the area now, and another round potentially could bring us some isolated stronger storms later this evening. And during the nighttime, early nighttime hours, dry tomorrow with some sunshine, and then more potential storms for the 4th. Thinking the better chance right now, Leah, though, that's going to come overnight. So fingers crossed we have a dry holiday.
Okay, we'll keep an eye on it. Thank you very much, Savannah. Stay with us, folks. We're back after this.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Don't burn up your money on high energy bills. Get new energy efficient windows from Champion. Stay cool and save 35% off new Champion windows. Plus get an extra $100 off every window. The more you buy, the more you save.
Call 888-4CHAMPION or schedule your free in-home estimate online today. Need inspiration? Shop Pick and Save. For over 30,000 mouth-watering choices. Plus, savings like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. Pick and Save is worth it every time. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
A lot of law firms claim to be experts at handling injury cases that involve large trucks. But handling one trucking case does not make you an expert on the subject. Experience matters in these cases. One local firm has handled 25 trucking cases which resulted in payments over $1 million each, and hundreds of others as well. Because Wisconsinites know who to call when it's a must-win scenario. They call Habish, Habish & Rotier. National reputation, hometown service.
Hi, I'm Daryl from Little America.
Blake and his cousin Connor are here with their families from Madison today. What's your favorite ride? Connor's older sister, Cassie, told me her favorite is the go-karts. Mom loves that she can bring a picnic basket, and Dad enjoys miniature golf. There's fun for the whole family at Little America, where big fun is only a few smiles away.
Want to instantly look more attractive and years younger? The solution is whiter teeth. But you love coffee and tea, maybe even wine or smoking, and all of them stain your teeth and make them yellow. It's time you discovered Power Swabs, the fast 5-minute revolutionary treatment.
The first time I tried it, I was so surprised. My husband was so excited that he wanted to run out and get it. He said, "What have you been trying?" I said, "Well, I've tried this product called Power Swab." And he said, "I can't believe how white your teeth are." From that point on, I've been sold.
Power Swabs are guaranteed to whiten your teeth up to 2 shades after the first application. After 5-minute daily treatments for the next week, your teeth will be an average of 6 shades whiter. Power Swabs will whiten natural teeth and remove stains from veneers, bonding, caps, and crowns.
This is a Power Swab smile.
This is a Power Swap smile.
Call, go online, or scan the code on your screen right now to receive 50% off this 4th of July. You'll also receive the Power Swab Stain Out Quick Stick, absolutely free. And in addition, you will get free shipping.
Get an 11% rebate at Menards. Rust-Oleum Stops Rust 5-in-1 spray paint is the first ever adjustable spray paint can with 5 different spray settings, so you can get a professional finish on every project. A can is $6.49 after rebate. Rock Solid Garage Floor Coating provides an industrial grade coating with a showroom quality appearance in one coat. Now $149.96 after 11% rebate at Menards. #1 in customer satisfaction among home improvement retailers, according to J.D. Power.
Save big money at Menards.
Right now, the Supreme Court grants presidents a degree of immunity for actions while in office. We break down the landmark ruling and share reaction. Plus, with the 4th of July approaching, some advice on how to stay safe on a boat this holiday.
And an alert day is in the forecast today. Some flooding potential we'll talk about, and time your storms that are in the forecast.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Welcome to News 3 Now this morning. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Leah Lynchide. We are talking about a pretty active morning right now. The radar just lighting up with storms moving across the Madison area. It's also an alert day. Meteorologist Savannah Brito is here with your certified most accurate forecast. Good morning, Savannah.
Good morning, Leah. Thank you. The alert day we have in the forecast because of the potential for flooding with all the heavy rain we've seen throughout the morning and what's to come later. During the afternoon, mainly evening and early nighttime hours, that's when we could see a couple stronger storms. Pretty much all of southern Wisconsin could see some flooding, definitely going to see some heavy showers through Tuesday night. So we don't have a flood advisory or a watch right now. That is just to our southwest, but some heavy showers still moving through western Dane County and then areas west of Madison in general. No lightning necessarily showing up on radar right now, besides that one little spot just on the northwest side of Greene County, and that actually is starting to disappear. Also north of Watertown. So a little bit of lightning showing up, but this is the outlook for severe weather. So you can see maybe an isolated stronger storm, but I think the main thing that we're going to have to watch for is the flooding that we talked about, maybe some gusty winds that come with that evening round of showers and storms. We're talking about 4 or 5 p.m. west of Madison, probably making its way to Madison at about 7:30, 8. That could take us through the early nighttime hours. We'll show what future track could look like coming up in a little bit, Leah.
Okay, Savannah, thank you very much. Since today is an alert day, make sure you have your First Warn weather app with you to track it all. Find yours wherever you get your apps. To our first main story this morning, some new details. A woman is in custody after an alleged knife attack involving this pruning saw. Madison police were dispatched to a fight near State Street last night. They found another woman with injuries believed to be from that knife. The suspect had run off before officers got there. They did eventually find her and take her into custody. The victim had to be taken to the hospital, but is doing okay this morning. Here's a live look at Washington, D.C. at this hour. The Supreme Court wrapping up its summer session and releasing its last rulings for now. One of those decisions expected to have a massive impact on this year's presidential election. In that decision, justices say former President Trump can claim immunity from criminal prosecution for some of his actions in the federal election interference case. Justices rejected a decision from a federal appeals court earlier this year. The lower court had ruled that the former president could not claim immunity for his attempts to overturn the 2020 election results. In the majority opinion, Chief Justice John Roberts cited a lack of factual analysis in the lower court's previous opinion that rejected Trump's claims of immunity.
Jack Smith's federal case relating to 2020 election subversion. This now goes back to the district court, which has to hold a factual hearing to decide what was in the scope or out of the scope of the job. That in itself is appealable.
The decision will likely further delay a trial on the charges pending against him. Trump had argued that without absolute immunity, presidents would have to worry about being targeted once they leave the White House. To the other opinions now. In a concurring one, Justice Amy Coney Barrett, whom former President Trump appointed, said she would apply the standard of whether an action would interfere with the president's constitutional powers. In the dissenting opinion, Justice Sonia Sotomayor wrote that granting immunity from prosecution would risk permitting criminal conduct by presidents. She added the ruling counters what the founding fathers intended for the scope of presidential power. Now, this landmark decision is expected to have a massive effect on pending cases against former President Trump. He may also seek to have other cases dropped, like the one that involves his handling of classified documents. President Biden responded to the Supreme Court's decision last night as well. Take a listen.
So now, Now the American people have to do what the courts should have been willing to do, but will not. The American people have to render a judgment about Donald Trump's behavior. The American people must decide whether Donald Trump's assault on our democracy on January 6th makes him unfit for public office in the highest office in the land.
Meanwhile, former President Trump is calling the decision a big win for our Constitution and democracy. In other political news, Steve Bannon, a former White House strategist for former President Trump, is beginning his 4-month prison sentence. He reported yesterday to a Connecticut prison. He was convicted for not complying with the now defunct House Select Committee that investigated the January 6th attacks. Last week, the Supreme Court denied a long-shot effort by Bannon to avoid reporting to prison while he was appealing the conviction. The prison in Connecticut is a low-security corrections facility with less than 1,200 inmates. Meanwhile, the candidates themselves are back on the campaign trail, bringing in key surrogates to help in swing states like Wisconsin. Democratic Representative Jim Clyburn of South Carolina campaigned in Milwaukee yesterday in support of Biden's re-election. The 83-year-old met with faith leaders, voting rights activists, and local leaders. Since Biden's lackluster performance at the debate last week, Clyburn has been defending the president.
He has a record to run on. I know. I've been a part of these things. Preparation for debates. I know information overload. I call this instance is preparation overload. I saw it in the very first question.
Clyburn's endorsement of Biden back in 2020 was instrumental to the campaign, winning the Democratic nomination that year. 6:35 and new this morning, Wisconsin's soon to be home to one of a dozen new tech hubs. The Biden administration says these federally funded facilities will create jobs in modern technology. The hub in our state is called the Wisconsin BioHealth Tech Hub. It's led by the startup BioForward Wisconsin. The state will receive around $49 million for the hub. Senator Tammy Baldwin releasing a statement within the last hour. She says, quote, this investment in the Badger State will create and support thousands of good-paying jobs, grow our made-in-Wisconsin economy, and revolutionize healthcare as we know it, helping people to get the care they need earlier and faster. Senator Baldwin, by the way, serves on the Senate Committee on Commerce, Science, and Transportation. 6:36 now. The Massachusetts murder trial of Karen Reed has ended in a mistrial. Reed is the woman accused of killing her police officer boyfriend with her car and then leaving him to die in a snowstorm. Reed faced second-degree murder and other charges in the death of Boston officer John O'Keefe. He was found dead outside the home of another officer in January 2022. An autopsy found he died of blunt force trauma and hypothermia. Prosecutors say Reed had been drinking heavily before dropping O'Keefe off at a party. Then as she drove away, she hit him with her car. The defense argued she was the victim, that O'Keefe was killed inside the home and was left for dead outside. Jurors ultimately handed the judge a note saying it would be futile to continue deliberating.
The deep division is not due to a lack of effort or diligence, but rather a sincere adherence to our individual principles and moral convictions. To continue to deliberate would be futile and only serve to force us to compromise these deeply held beliefs.
Prosecutors said in a statement that they intend to retry the case. Back in Wisconsin, the 4th of July is approaching. Many folks eager to get out on the water, but those who boat at Gilligan's Island here in Madison might have to change their plans. Gilligan's Island is the sandbar on the Yahara River. You might be familiar. Well, its iconic tree fell over last weekend. It's thought to be the result of severe weather that we've seen in recent weeks. The tree was commonly used for visitors to swing on a rope and into the water.
I'm not going to say it ruins your 4th of July, but it certainly puts a little damper on your plans.
Let's go! I'm glad that my kids got to swing on it also and had just as much fun as I have.
Loss of a tradition there. Crews cleared out the remains of the tree on Monday. Apart from the loss of the iconic tree, 4th of July festivities at Gilligan's Island are expected to proceed as planned. If you're getting on a boat anywhere for the 4th of July, the Wisconsin DNR has some safety reminders for you. It seems obvious, of course, but the easiest thing to do is wear a life jacket. The DNR says there were 28 boaters killed last year on our waterways. All but one were directly related to a lack of a life jacket. You should also have a designated driver and make sure your boat is visible with lights. Do all this and you're going to have a great time.
The water is always a potential place for danger. That being said, it's also a great place to be able to connect with friends, family, have those incredible summertime memories.
Local law enforcement agencies are also participating in Operation Dry Water. It's a 3-day campaign from Thursday to Saturday to prevent boating under the influence. A federal appeals court will allow a central part of President Biden's student debt repayment plan to move forward. It lowers from 10 to 5% the amount some borrowers who qualify for a repayment plan need to pay. The ruling is temporary, so it's unclear if the financial terms could change in the future. The Supreme Court struck down the Biden administration's original loan program earlier this year. Hey, if you're looking for work in Rock County right now, you might be able to find something at a job fair happening later this month. The job fair is about 2.5 weeks away. It's scheduled for Wednesday, July 17th from 1 till 3 at the Beloit Library. More than 20 registered employers from the Rock County area will be there. There are more than 275 jobs to be filled. Computers and other resources will be available to help applicants submit applications and print off their resumes. Staying in Beloit now, where the school district is planning renovations this summer. Most are happening at Beloit Memorial High. A $5 million HVAC renovation should be completed sometime next month. That includes air conditioning and boiler updates, as well as better climate control throughout most of the building. Good news for students and staff. There will also be renovations done at Hackett Elementary School to fix a leaky roof. In Illinois, the family of a Pearl Harbor veteran wounded in battle now has his Purple Heart Medal home again. The medal had gone missing, but was returned to the son of the late Master Sergeant Jerome Even, who served in the U.S. Army Air Corps. His son Jim told us that the Purple Heart was earned during the December 7th, 1941 attack on Pearl Harbor. Jim says he's happy to be back in possession of what was once his father's Purple Heart Medal.
You know, when you're on this earth, you know, and you're not going to be here forever, what you want to know is that someone's going to remember you. You know, my dad would be thrilled.
The medal was put in a bank safe deposit box by Mr. Even, but he died at the age of 92 years ago. The contents of the box ended up at the state treasurer's office, which works to reunite people with unclaimed property. Glad the medal's back where it belongs, with family. 6:41, coming up after the break, a Wisconsin Dells magician celebrating 25 years entertaining people in the water park capital of the world.
And we do have an alert day in the forecast. We'll time out the latest storms that'll move in across southern Wisconsin coming up.
Dad, are you certain this is gonna work?
Nothing to it.
Are you for imprint certain?
Certainty matters, like the certainty of 4imprint, your home for high-quality promotional gear, including exclusive items and brands they love. Printed perfectly and guaranteed to arrive on time. To wow your clients, nail your next event, or inspire your team, check out 4imprint.com.
4imprint, for certain.
We're a family-owned farm. With all the deliveries we make to stores and restaurants, when gas prices go up, we get hit pretty hard. We all know these big oil companies make huge profits off us. And I just think, how many guys like me do they have to screw over to make money? When I heard about President Biden's plan to crack down on big oil companies, I thought, okay, thank God. Because it's about damn time big oil companies started paying their fair share.
Chevy lets you begin every day fully charged, so you can go farther. And so can your money. Tow with confidence. Plus, stay connected with available OnStar technology. For summer adventures, Chevy's got you. Get $5,750 total value on this Silverado LT when you trade in an eligible vehicle. That's 10% below MSRP. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
What's up? You need some windows?
Hey folks, you call the experts? Right now with Felco, get free installation and no interest for 5 years. Call now.
Call 866 for Felco.
Up to 60% off list at the 4th of July blowout at Slumberland Furniture. Explosive deals everywhere. Like this classic sofa in 3 colors. Or a Chase sofa for just $598. Recline and save for just $399. Get this incredible deal, head-up base and 8-inch mattress, just $499 for both. Plus, our 365-night sleep guarantee. What a sale. The 4th of July blowout at Slumberland Furniture.
Celebrate Independence Day with the Madison Nightmares. Head out to Warner Park on July 4th for exciting softball action and a spectacular fireworks display after the game. Get your tickets today. News 3 Now is a proud sponsor of Madison Nightmares Softball. You have a consumer issue and you keep getting the runaround.
It was just a total nightmare.
What you need is an advocate.
It's Call for Action to help me. Nobody else did.
News 3 Now's Call for Action team has the experience and resources to get results.
He was able to accomplish in a couple months what we couldn't accomplish in 4 years.
Need help? Contact us by phone or on channel3000.com. Call for Action, only on News 3 Now. Moving forward for you. You're watching News 3 Now this morning. Moving forward.
Welcome back. The summer tourism season is underway in the Wisconsin Dells. And this summer, magician Rick Wilcox is celebrating a quarter century of his theater drawing crowds. Our Will Keneally has more from the Dells.
We generally think of the Wisconsin Dells as the water park capital of the world, but after 25 years here, Rick Wilcox is one of the town's biggest attractions. And those who know him say it's for a reason.
Everybody's constantly building, adding more hotels, and
a lot has changed since Rick and Susan Wilcox first opened their theater in 1999. After 25 years, they still love it.
Is the eclipse illusion, which you saw on the stage. We created that along with another magician, and it's been very successful. It's a great trick. But we're always working on something.
We got a behind-the-scenes tour of their theater with the state's tourism secretary and Congressman Mark Pocan. They both presented commendations to the couple to mark the anniversary.
Wow, look at that.
It's been an incredible couple of years for Wisconsin tourism. That's doing a lot to power our communities and our state, and it's places like the Rick Wilcox Show that are fueling that growth.
And it's actually a personal reunion for Pocan.
I've known Rick for many years, since high school actually, but watched his career and watched the real success he's had up in the Dells.
We do it for us, you know, because we love to work on new illusions.
Now, there's an open question, certainly, about how Wisconsin's tourism industry has been recovering post-pandemic. Now, the state's tourism secretary tells us that Wisconsin has recorded pretty record years, both in 2022 and 2023. Now, reporting from the Wisconsin Dells, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
I'm pretty impressed, Will.
I love that.
That was great. All right.
I want to know, like, the thought process, like, he actually thought of that. That was awesome.
Savannah, I need you to show us a magic trick now.
Yikes,
what do you got
okay. Maybe we can make this alert day go away. I don't think I can do that. But maybe we'll keep the storms away for the 4th. Maybe. I think the nighttime chance for storms on the 4th is going to be better, but we definitely are going to see heavy rain that continues. Already saw that morning round. A couple isolated strong storms cannot be ruled out later in the day with that evening and early nighttime round. All of southern Wisconsin going to potentially see flooding, definitely going to see heavy rain through Tuesday evening, even into the early nighttime hours like I just mentioned. That could take us into midnight or even 1 in the morning. Active radar this morning, still lots of heavy rain across Dane County, also northern Greene County, just directly west and south of Lone Rock as well. Pretty much all across southern Wisconsin, at least waking up to pretty widespread or fairly widespread showers. Severe weather chances did get pushed back a little further west. Madison and then all the way close to Prairie du Chien. Most of southern Wisconsin included in this, but really the heavy rain and potential flooding, that's going to be the big thing. Main concern on what we have to look for. Maybe some damaging or gusty winds at least with that line of storms that's going to form out over Iowa and moving across southern Wisconsin later. No widespread severe weather anticipated here though. West of here for the 4th of July though, we are going to have to watch those storms as they develop, but looking at the latest model data, thinking they break up somewhat as they travel west into southern Wisconsin, east across the area. We are at a level 1 out of 5 near Prairie du Chien, La Crosse, and west of that area. So we'll have to watch that. This is 3 days out, so likely going to change a couple more times before we get there. Heavy showers for today continue through the morning. Might see a break midday. Still isolated showers cannot be ruled out. And then this main line of storms that this could produce some gusty winds, definitely some heavy rain. That continues about 4 or 5. That moves in areas west of Madison and then making its way to Madison about 7:30 7:30, 8 p.m. I think showers and storms could linger a little bit later than this model has, even into about midnight, but those are going to continue to move east and then finally dry us up a little bit more. We could see upwards of about 2 to 3 inches of rainfall, especially once we see that morning and afternoon round, kind of all the totals. This is through what we'll see later this evening. So definitely a lot of heavy rain, and that's why we have the alert day out, because of the potential for flooding. 75 is your high. 84 tomorrow, so temperatures back to above average. Definitely warmer, humid, sunshine, and then more isolated storms on Thursday.
All right, Savannah, thanks for keeping an eye on that for us. 6:48, time to check in with the Midwest Farm Report's Pam Yankee.
Good morning. As rain sprinkles down across the state of Wisconsin, farmers are continuing to monitor the quality of their crop. The latest update from the Wisconsin Ag Statistical Service shows that farmers' confidence in that crop continues to slip. This week, across the state, we've got 61% of our corn that's called good to excellent. That's down 4 percentage points in just 1 week's time. Same situation for soybeans. 57% of that crop called good to excellent, down 7 percentage points in 1 week time. Now, the potato crop had been doing pretty well, but this week I note that Wisconsin potato producers say 88% of their crop is good to excellent. That's also a 5 percentage point drop in 1 week. We're getting closer to winter wheat harvest across the state. 83% of that crop is called good to excellent, but that's a 3 percentage point slip in 1 week's time. I know I was driving around over the weekend, and a lot of that real high-producing wheat has been weighed down by the severe weather we've seen, and you might see it laying down on the ground. That's going to be tough to harvest, so we're going to have to keep an eye on that crop. Wisconsin's dairy industry paying attention to announcements yesterday from the federal milk marketing orders. For a long time now, farmers have been waiting for some changes, revisions, updates. Yesterday, the federal government said they're moving forward. Now, before we get excited, it's a very complicated document that was released yesterday, so it's going to take time for your dairy cooperatives, your milk providers to break it down. But the bottom line is, once the recommendation from the federal government is published, the clock starts. From that day on, there's a 30-day window to give feedback to the Ag Marketing Service at USDA. 60 days after public comment, they close. They'll release their final recommendation. Right now, we're guessing that dairy producers will be able to vote on what's going on with their federal milk order pricing by sometime early 2025. Keeping our fingers crossed. It's been a long time coming, and I know a lot of dairy producers, dairy processors, our milk cooperatives are hoping that we see some changes, revisions that help even things out. We'll wait and see. More at MidwestFarmReport.com if you're looking. For right now, that'll do it for the Midwest Farm Report. I'm Pam Yankee, News 3 this morning.
Thank you very much, Pam. Okay, it's 6:51 now. Coming up in the morning sprint, a new use for facial recognition technology. That and the day's other top headlines. But first, if you have a little kid turning 3 soon, let us know so we can share their picture on TV. Thanks for watching. We're back after this.
Susan Simon, News 3 Now at 4 and 5, weekdays moving forward.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof, because when you feel totally protected, your family's free to pursue their dreams. She's got a great swing. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
It's going to be another sizzling hot summer. Don't burn up your money on high energy bills. Get new energy-efficient windows from Champion.
We have saved 25 to 30% on our energy bill since installing the windows, which blew my mind.
Stay cool and save 35% off new Champion windows. Plus, get an extra $100 off every window. The more you buy, the more you save. Save 35% off your new Champion windows and $100 off every window you buy.
Call 888-4CHAMPION or schedule your free in-home estimate online today.
Shopping online for a Purple mattress? We get it. With Purple's unique Gel Flex grid and multiple foam layers, you'll experience effortless sleep that's motion adaptive, temperature balanced, pressure relieving, and ultra supportive. But which Purple mattress is right for you? Come to Denver Mattress and test for yourself. Let our expert sales staff guide you to your perfect Purple. And rest easy knowing it's backed by our 365-night better sleep guarantee. Shop Purple at Denver Mattress, the easiest way to find your perfect Purple.
Need inspiration? Shop Pick and Save. For over 30,000 mouth-watering choices, plus savings like digital coupons worth over $600 each week and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. Pick and Save is worth it every time. Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
there's one thing we like, it's choices. Find yours with Ford F-150. Gas, hybrid, or all electric. Whether it's towing, powering up, or getting from 0 to 60 in 3.8 seconds, what you choose to do with that much power is up to you. Tough this smart can only be called F-150.
Now, get an F-150 with 1.9% APR for 36 months, plus 500 retail bonus cash, plus 1,000 retail trade assist.
I've heard AI is so easy to use, I had to give it a try for Stanton Optical's newest deal. Create a commercial selling one pair of glasses for $59. Hey, I said a pair of glasses, not a pair wearing glasses. Better, but it needs to pop more. Pop more, not popcorn. Forget it. Maybe using AI to make an ad wasn't my best idea, but you can get the best deal on glasses right now. Book your eye exam today. Stanton Optical. Easy's our thing.
Life's better when you're under the American Family Insurance roof, because when you feel totally protected, your family's free to pursue their dreams. She's got a great swing. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
First Warn Weather, keeping you ahead of the storms.
Welcome back. It's 6:54, time for the morning sprint. An investigation is ongoing after 6 people, including 3 children, were killed in a house fire in rural Necedah. Neighbors say about a dozen people made it out of the home safely. The fire is believed to have started on accident. A GoFundMe page has been created to help the family of the victims. We have a link to it on channel3000.com. The U.S. Supreme Court says presidents have some level of immunity for actions taken while in office. The court ruled 6-3 that the case should be sent back to the lower courts. It's a win for former President Trump. The decision is expected to further delay or lead to the end of ongoing litigation against him. Cases of COVID are on the rise across the country. Although individual cases are no longer being counted, the CDC says infections are growing in 43 states, including Wisconsin. Updated COVID vaccines will be available from Moderna, Novavax, and Pfizer later this year. The CDC recommends everyone 6 months and older should get one. Beloit will be holding a job fair later this month at the city's public library. It's on Wednesday, July 17th from 1 until 3. More than 20 registered employers from the Rock County area will attend. There are more than 275 reported jobs available for prospective employees. And Denver's airport is trying something new to get people through security faster. It's using facial recognition machines. The machines scan government IDs for basic information, then reveal boarding information in 10 seconds or less. Delays are still possible, but this week will be a good trial of how well the machines work.
Alert days in your forecast today, mainly for the heavy rain we're going to see that could lead to some flooding. 75 tracking storms even this morning, and another round that could bring us a couple stronger storms later this evening into the early nighttime hours. Tomorrow back to warm. It'll stay humid. Sunshine though returns, and then another chance of storms on the 4th of July. Hoping they hold off until the night though.
Savannah, we'll keep checking in with you.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
It's been fun working with you.
Thanks for letting me fill in. It's my last morning on the morning show. There's our crew behind the scenes. You're in good hands. They'll see you tomorrow.